Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. In this video I'm going to show you how to make these 3 different methods of making leaves for your wire trees. Okay, so to start with, what you want is one of these. It's called a Coiling Gizmo. You can find it on Google. I got this one for free from a company that sells wire. If you spend over a certain amount of money, you get sent these for free with a promotional code. So I'll put a link in the description for this video for that company. It is a UK based company, but if you type Coiling Gizmo into Google, I'm sure you'll be able to find one of these. But if you don't, you can just use anything that's just like round. A toothpick would be fine, a drill bit maybe, if you got one small enough, or however size you actually want your leaves to be. So you take your Coiling Gizmo and you get yourself some wire, and you're basically just wrapping this round all the way to the very end. Just make sure you wrap it nice and tight and get that little bit at the end and just push it down with your nails. You can push that together, pull that off. At this point all you need to do is just separate nice and evenly, just roughly about to there. Doesn't need to be too far for this one. And then from here all you need to do is start from the very end and just start going round like this. Keep it nice and tight if you want it to look more bushy, or you can have it with a nice space in between if you want to. Personally, I prefer to have it reasonably tight. Like this one. This is my personal favourite of doing the leaves. And the reason being is I always feel, because the sides are high and you're stacking them up like this, I feel like it gives the tree a bushier foliage. So that's my personal favourite. That's what I tend to use on most of my trees. So the next one following on from that is the exact same start. You get your Coiling Gizmo and you basically just wrap all the way to the end again, like so. Again, pushing that last bit down just so you don't end up stabbing yourself when you start with the wrap. So in this time you're pulling it out again, but you're going even further. So pull it out as much as you want really, but I tend to go roughly about this distance apart from each other. And then exactly the same technique as the first one is you just start folding them in. Again, keeping it nice and tight, but as you go in, the one that's at the bottom of the pile tends to have a little bit on the edge, and then that way you can get more out of it. It looks bushier, it looks neater. Like that. So it's exactly the same method, it's just a little bit flatter. And also as well, because you're pulling it out so much further, your wire goes a lot further as well. So if you're feeling like you're not getting a lot out of your wire, or you're running out of wire, this is a good method to actually use to still be able to get a decent bush, decent foliage on your tree without using too much wire at the same time. For the final one, this is a very popular one. It does tend to look the neatest, but it's probably the one that doesn't look as bushy for a tree. It's also it takes more time to do, but it's how I started doing the trees and I learned a lot from doing it. But this is basically what you've got to do. So you get your round nose pliers. If you've not got any, normal pliers will do, but then won't give you as good results. You want to kind of have the control over how big you want your leaves. So you can, with these, you can basically decide, well, do I want my leaves nice and thick, like doing it from up here? Am I going to want really small leaves by doing it down here? So we're going to go somewhere in the middle, and you're basically just getting it from the very end and turning it over once, just so it touches the wire, and then you're grabbing it again, just in front of where it touched, and just going over once, so that it looks like that. And each time you go over, you want to be taking turns on if it's going under the wire or over the wire. So on that occasion I went over the wire, which was this side, so the part furthest away from me, and then this time I'm coming under the wire, which is the part closest to me. And each time I do it, I kind of get this butterfly effect. And just keep going. Straighten it out as I go. Like that. And go all the way till you've used up all your wire. Okay, once you get to a position where you're happy with where it is, you'll have something similar to this, and then you can mess around with how you want it to actually look. So I tend to get my round nose pliers and I put them in the middle of my loop, and then I can adjust the height by just kind of pulling it out and twisting it round to how tight I want it. You can also use your fingers if you prefer. I kind of like that. But if you want to, you can basically pull that all out if you want. And you can just start looping it in. To something that works more for you. Okay, so here's the final 3 leaves methods that we've used in this video. These are the ones that I use the most, but there are a lot of other ways and techniques you can do, and to be fair, there's not one right or wrong way to be able to do your trees. You can do whatever you want. Feel free to experiment. If you've liked this video, please drop a like. Please comment on my video with any hints and tips or any other ways that you do your trees, and then I can try those out and see if I like those methods. It may be things that I've not tried before. Please subscribe to my channel, it really helps me out a lot. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.